I don't know how many of you know this, but I actually have really bad motion sickness. If I ride in the passenger seat of a car for more than 5 minutes, I get a tummy ache, I start feeling yucky, like I want to puke. If I bend down to pick up like a dog toy too quickly, I'll get immediately sick. Like, my motion sickness is awful. But I wasn't always such a weak, fragile, tarnished specimen that I am today. And it's not something that just developed naturally. We all understand that aging is cringe. There's nothing more embarrassing than getting older. Because as you get older, things just start breaking down, shit doesn't work the way it used to, you know, it sucks. But I didn't develop motion sickness just because I started to become like a geriatric old man or anything. I can trace back the day I developed motion sickness, a day that changed my life. It was a day spent at a theme park with a friend of mine named Andrew, a friend that you probably know from YouTube as Hugbees of How It's Actually Made fame. Him and I have been friends for about a decade now, and back when I was around 18 or 19, we decided we'd have a little fun out in the sun for a day, and we took a trip to Busch Gardens, Tampa, Florida. For those that don't know, Busch Gardens is an amusement park, kind of like Universal Studios or Disney World. It's just like a giant theme park with roller coasters and shit. But the theme is Florida Man. And it's a pretty fun park, actually. I used to love Busch Gardens. They had all kinds of like weird and wacky foods back in the day. And I used the term food lightly. There was one spot in there that would sell basically just fried grease. Just like actual fried motor oil. So you just take a bite and it was just nothing but oil and grease that just blew up your mouth. I used to love that kind of shit, just little grease pops or whatever. Just a scrumptious little treat. One time I even saw a dude full-blown cranking his hog in the parking lot, just really jerking his meat, pretty tough out there. So Busch Gardens could get wild, but it was a park I always enjoyed going to, but the main appeal of Busch Gardens was roller coasters, as well as animals, because it kind of like doubled as a zoo. They had a lot of animals there, so there was a lot to do. It was a very interesting theme park. It still exists, I just don't go anymore. We'll get to that in a second, but the thing is, the main appeal of the park was thrill-seeking. It had some really cool roller coasters, especially for its size. Busch Gardens isn't like massive or anything, at least not compared to the big boys. It's a pretty small, relatively speaking, amusement park, but it had some dope-ass roller coasters, and I was an adrenaline junkie when I was younger. I used to love roller coasters. I used to think that shit was amazing. They had one at Busch Gardens called Montu, where it had you going like 90 miles per hour the entire time. Felt like you were traveling through different dimensions. Felt like I was Barry Allen about to turn back the clock on the world, going backwards in time. It was nuts. It was so fast, and I loved it. I used to be a huge roller coaster guy. And Andrew was too. And so when we went to Busch Gardens, Andrew had this great idea of riding like every roller coaster there twice or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was riding every roller coaster there an absurd amount of times, which to me wasn't anything uncommon because I'd done that before. Busch Gardens never really had huge lines or anything. It was never like Disney World where things had a 40-50 minute wait. You could usually just line up and be on the ride within 10 minutes. So I used to ride roller coasters multiple times. Like SheiKra was their big one. It has like 90-degree drop and you just go straight to hell. It had a lot of big roller coasters and I'd ride them multiple times in a trip. So when Andrew pitched this idea of like, let's go absolutely fucking insano style, let's get outrageous today with the amount of roller coasters we were going to do, I was like, yeah, I'm gung-ho, I'm down, let's get crazy, let's get wacky. Little did I know that decision was going to change my life forever. So it's about 3 hours into the day, we've rode a ton of roller coasters and we're still planning to ride more, and I, at this point, had never really experienced bad motion sickness. Occasionally, I would get, like, sick in a long trip in the car or something if I was trying to, like, read a book or whatever. But I never actually got motion sickness. And around this time, like, my stomach was feeling a little weird, so we got some food in order to try and, like, settle my stomach. Didn't really do much, but I didn't want to ruin the day, so we kept riding roller coasters. It kept getting worse. But then we decided to ride the wooden roller coaster. I think it was called Gwazi. It was this roller coaster made out of the oldest wood imaginable. I wouldn't be surprised if it was wood used on Davy Jones' ship back in the fucking 1400s or whatever. Just like this old driftwood, they made a roller coaster out of it, and it was cool. You definitely felt that sense of danger, like anything could happen, it could collapse at any moment. That shit looked like plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy. It wasn't like high quality wood, it was terrifying, but I liked the ride, Andrew liked the ride, and we rode it, I think once or twice, I don't remember. But after riding it at either the second time, or it might have even been the first time now, I don't remember, I got so unbelievably sick. I was stumbling out of the roller coaster exit. I didn't puke or anything. I couldn't puke. My body wouldn't let me. It was holding on to like any bit of nutrient or anything that it could. I was stumbling, falling over myself, like slurring my speech, telling Andrew like something's wrong here. And Andrew was like, no, I'll tell you what's wrong. It's called you being a pussy. We still have to ride Scorpion next. So I was like, yeah, he's probably right. That's probably what it is. I'm just suffering from a bit of sore butthole from being a sad piece of shit. So I was like, I was just following him the best I could, the Scorpion, while I'm very much struggling to keep my balance. We finally make it to Scorpion, which is another roller coaster. It's a really small one. It's like a 45-second roller coaster at most. And I was like, I can do it. I can muscle through this. So we're walking towards the entrance, and I fucking collapse. I fall to the ground onto my knees, and I'm fucking delirious from how sick I feel. Andrew was like mad at me. He's like, Charlie, you're ruining my day. What are you doing? Stop with this tomfoolery. This is childish. Pick yourself up. We got a roller coaster to ride. And I am struggling. I told him to like just ride it without me, like don't let me ruin your day, go have some fun or whatever. And he's like, okay, I'll go ride it myself. So Andrew just fucking leaves me there on the actual pavement outside of a gift shop near Scorpion. I didn't make it all the way to the entrance. There's like a little gift shop on the way. And I'm just lying there literally like almost face down. I'm on my knees, hunched over, and no one's even stopping to check on me. I'm sure employees could see me. I'm right outside of a gift shop. I am over there like clinging to life the best I can. The world is spinning. I am absolutely having a rough go of it. And I eventually do lay down, like full blown just lay down out there on the pavement. And I took a nap. I don't think I like blacked out or fainted or anything because I distinctly remember like putting my arm out and like laying down and going to sleep, hoping that when I wake up, Andrew would be off the coaster and I'd be feeling better. So I take a nap. I just KO for like, I don't know, however long it took Andrew to get there, maybe like 10 minutes. He wakes me up, probably thinking I was a corpse at this point, but no one even bothered to check. I mean, I guess it is Florida, so you shouldn't be surprised to see corpses just on the side of the road and I guess in amusement parks because no one bothered to look after me or make sure I was okay. So I'm just laying there. Andrew wakes me up. And luckily I did feel a little bit better, and he had enough of his roller coaster rides for the day. He's like, okay, we can just go now. So we left, and later that night I started feeling better. But what happened as a result was a lifelong change. I developed severe motion sickness from that. I never really had bad motion sickness before that day, but afterwards I got it bad and still do have it bad. I can't ride roller coasters anymore at all. I can't even ride like the kiddie coasters. I get sick if I try and like skateboard a little too fast or like try and do like quick movements on the basketball court or something. I'll make myself really dizzy and feel yucky. Like I said, riding in a car for like more than 5 minutes as a passenger, I get sick feeling. Driving doesn't really trigger it for me, but when I'm a passenger in the front or back, I just start to get sick just when we're moving for too long. And all because of one day at an amusement park where a friend of mine and I decided we're going to ride a lot of roller coasters and go crazy. So yeah, I just wanted to share this story because I recently got reminded of it by Andrew. He brings it up like once every year, just like, hey Charlie, remember when we went to Busch Gardens that one time and I can't ride roller coasters anymore? Yeah, it kind of fucking sucks, doesn't it? I was actually riding a roller coaster like 2 months ago. Yeah, you would have loved it. So he brings it up occasionally and it reminds me, and I just thought I'll share the whole story here and maybe someone can learn something from it. Like, hey, don't push yourself too hard, right? You don't want to go too hard in the paint. Maybe just, play it a bit easy. Listen to your body. Nature will tell you what needs to be done. Maybe you don't need to ride a roller coaster 100 times in a day. So yeah, that's about it. See ya. This just looks like a domestic dispute, not even a wrestling match. Oh, good God. Oh, he was never coming back from that.
As I said in Season 1, I have some cleaning up to do.
Season 6?
And one of the problems I've run into
Holy
is that
shit.
there seems to be 2 X-Men here at CHW.
Which X-Men? Is it Jean Grey? Because she's got a new movie coming out.
Backyard wrestling hardcore motherfucker. So we're gonna have
this guy is
a
hammered.
very special match.
Absolutely hammered.
I'm going to climb.
It's
all over.
It's symbolism.
The bodies.
You wouldn't understand.
And ascend.
Introducing homeless John
already
Wick.
have many exes. This is the only one I really want.
There's a
Why did I say
very noticeable lack of energy here. Can somebody at least hit a plastic trash can with a drumstick to make some music?
Oh, I haven't
For the
seen
love of
you.
God. Oh, from out of nowhere! He's done it! Yeah, no, that definitely didn't feel good. Yikes. All 60 pounds of the meth addict just hit his hip. Whoa!
Good night, sunshine.
Good night, Central. His special move!
Oh, sorry, sir.
And the neighbor saw the whole thing, crying out for his fence that now had one man's asshole and one man's face plastered on it. Oh, I feel like that's just actually his angry neighbor. Oh yeah, he's about to get deleted. Just like America's Got Talent, he's hitting the X. Oh, is it over? Oh, here comes the Mortal Kombat fatality. He's gonna rip his dick off through his asshole. He was like an NPC in Elder Scrolls glitching out.
I helped you get that.
Oh, it's a ninja! Straight from the temple at the mountain that Batman trained on in Batman Begins. The speed limit's 15 kilometers per hour, but they're going at least 50 with this kind of hardcore testosterone pumping action. Breaking the law. And bones. Get the weed whacker. Oh, Jesus Christ. Those will work too. Yeah, give him a vasectomy. Oh, even more strategic. The real weapon. Yeah, get him. Yeah, fucking blast him. Excuse me while I go back so we can all admire that display of balancing talent once. The big stunts is what the CHW's known for. Look at this. The fearlessness to stand on the chair. Not even the high-wire circus performers would dare do something this crazy. The adrenaline he must be feeling. Oh, man. Hardcore training. Oh, hey, it's these guys. Why is there no music when these guys are involved? They make it like ASMR backyard wrestling.
See, I didn't come alone today.
Clones clone.
Yeah, I got myself a
Clones
tattoo
clone.
partner.
Please.
Who was stupid enough?
If Clones clone comes out of that budget equipment right there, I'm going nuts. Shit.
What a surprise.
It's just a local
Didn't expect
weed
him,
dealer.
right?
Whatever. It's a guy. Yeah. And introducing her partner, her neighbor, this guy. Oh God! Getting right into it. Oh baby, that's a big one. Oh, he's got the cookie tray out. No. No smoke and mirrors there. He just hit his friend with the cookie tray and the toaster. No. This is getting too hardcore. Oh yeah, Jimmy. Well, I at least respect that there's nothing fake about it. They just hit each other with toasters. You know, say what you will about the lore, or even the setup, but god damn it, I wouldn't want to be hit with a toaster. He lost his mask! Oh my god, when he loses his mask, it becomes very painful for everyone else. They're gonna light her on fire. No, please! I feel like this is just completely improv. No, there was no rehearsal. It's just like, hey guys, let's go in the backyard. I'll bring a wooden table, a trash can, and 5 popsicle sticks to shove up our asses. We'll see where it goes and film it for the CHW. What? Wow. Fantastic start. Absolutely splendid shit. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I wanted to share another story with you guys today. I know I just told one yesterday, actually, but That actually happened last week. I made that video last week and I only posted it yesterday. And the night after that happened, we went out again and I had another unfortunate encounter and another one that was just out of my control. It was my friend again, not the same guy, just another one of my friends, someone I thought I could trust, you know, someone that I thought I could give my Yu-Gi-Oh card collection to and expect to have it returned to me back in mint condition. I haven't fucking touched my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in years, but I feel like that's a pretty big display of trust. I'd let them walk around in my animal slippers, which is something I don't let a lot of people do. So, you know, I trusted this person and it backfired yet again. And this is a tale I don't tell easily because I genuinely have been having some fucking PTSD flashbacks to this scenario. Every time I think about it, it's like a frag grenade goes off in my apartment, my vision gets blurry, everything seems like it's covered in smoke, my ears start ringing. You know that feeling where it sounds like Alpha 5 from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers having a thunderous orgasm in your ear? Yeah, every time I think about this, that's what happens to me. So this story starts the same as all of history's most influential and most memorable stories. I was taking a fat shit in my bathroom getting ready to go out with my friends. We were pre-gaming a little bit, not too hard because there's really no point to pre-game super hard to happy hours and other drink specials. So we finish this, I pinch off the grumpy, and I'm ready to rock and roll. We go to this different bar, not the same one from the night before. And this was around the time Hurricane Herbert or Hermione or whatever the fuck the name of that hurricane was hitting. So it was very moist out. There was a lot of moisture in the air. There was a little bit of rain, just some sprinkling, you know, just spitting out there. So people were fucking climbing over each other, World War Z style, trying to get into the bar. Pretty long line, but it wasn't too bad, and it wasn't raining really hard or anything like that. It was just kind of a nuisance. So when my friends and I got into the bar, we started going turbo immediately. We just went up to the bar and just started fucking slapping drinks hardcore and just getting absolutely obliterated. And while we were doing this, a girl that I kind of knew at the time came up because she saw us. She's like, you know what, I want to get in on that action. They're going hard in the paint. I'm about that life. I'm going to try and put anus to faces over here too, like these guys are. And this girl is absolutely gorgeous, probably one of the prettiest girls that I know. And it's not like we're super familiar with each other. We never exchanged numbers or hooked up or anything like that. But we had gotten fucked up at bars together in the past, so we knew each other a little bit. And this girl was going, and she was fucking ordering drinks faster than we were. She's like, come on, hold on a second, pussy tits. I'm getting 2 more. And just taking them both, bam, breaking shit on her fucking face. She wasn't doing that, but that would have been pretty cool too. But yeah, it was just fun. And after doing this for like an hour or 2 hours, however long it was, one of my friends, he was flopping around like a noodle. He was too drunk, so he went home because he lived pretty close. And then it was just me and my other friend, actually the same friend from my ceramic story, G. So it was me and G and this girl. And we were ready to leave. We were going to go back to my place, which is also walking distance from this bar, and we were just going to hang out for a bit. And since Hurricane Hermione was hitting in full force, shit, the rain was fucking coming in sideways. It felt like hail. It felt like we were just getting bullets shot at us, and it was kind of cool. And on this adventure back to my apartment, this 0.2 mile walk, the girl and I had made out, and things seemed to be going pretty well, you know? She seemed like she wanted to come back and stay over. And G was going to sleep on my couch bed hybrid thing, because my couch pulls out into a bed, some Star Trek style shit, I know, real advanced technology. And because that's what he usually does when he gets too drunk, because his place is too far away to walk to. And he's done this many times in the past. So we get back to my place, and her and I are just waiting for G to go to sleep. We're just waiting for him to be like, alright, y'all, I'm tired. I'm peacing out. I'm gonna have some sweet dreams real quick. Night, night. And he wasn't doing it. He wasn't feeling it. This guy, he was in it for the long haul. He wanted to stay up till the sun was coming up. And eventually, her and I were like, alright, we're getting tired. We're gonna call it a night. And G was like, alright, Charlie, take me home. And I was shell-shocked. I was like, excuse me, that has to be a joke. So I laughed in his face. I was like, oh, you really yanked my chain good there, partner. No, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not taking you home. And he was adamant about this. He was not budging. This man had slept on my couch at least 10 times in the fucking past, even when I didn't even want him to or know he was sleeping on my couch. We would just be playing a fucking game and he'd be like, alright, Charlie, I'm going to sleep, and just crash on my couch all night. And then tonight, the one time I fucking needed him to crash on my couch, he was just not having it. He was driving a fucking hard bargain. And we just went back and forth. I was like, gee, no, I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'd already sobered up because we'd been at my place for a while, and I wasn't drunk anymore, so I could take him home if I wanted to, but I didn't want to. And the girl was just watching back, both of us going back and forth. It was like an Indian soap opera where it keeps zooming in on the girl as she's looking at the two people talking, you know what I mean, real dramatic like. And I could see beads of sweat just dripping down her face. No, please, don't budge. Don't drive him home. She was very concerned that I wasn't going to plant my feet and was going to give in to this. And this was just a real-life example of that conundrum. What happens when an unstoppable force of sexually driven hormones meets an immovable object of reluctance to sleep on a couch? And unfortunately, I just gave in because he just kept going. He's like, you know what, fuck it, alright, I'll just walk home, it's not a big deal. But he'd be walking 3 miles through a really shitty part of town. It's akin to walking through a fucking minefield. And I just kept giving him every chance in the book. I was like, gee, come on, you've slept on that couch so many times, wouldn't it just be far more convenient if you did that? He's like, no, Charlie, no, I will not sleep on that fucking couch. That couch has poopy on it right now, I don't wanna lay in poopy. Just on. And then I just kept saying, gee, look, please, I don't want to do this. I was fucking begging him, don't make me do this. And then eventually I just gave in. Yeah, I was like, fuck it, G, you win. I'll drive you home. And then I could see the girl was very disappointed and upset, and so was I. Had fucking tears in my eyes, and I was begging her, please, it'll only take me 20-25 minutes to do this. Just wait in my bed, just, you know, nap for a little bit, please. Sorewa, machurizo, just wait. Just, you know, everything. I was just trying it all. It was like a scene in all of those romantic movies, like the really sad scene where they're chasing each other through a garden. The dude or the girl is shouting the other person's name, and they just can't hear it, they just keep walking. She had already made her decision, she wasn't gonna wait. She was gonna just go back to her place. Since we live in the same apartment complex, she just walked right back to her apartment and went to bed. And then the entire ride, I was bringing G home. I was so fucking tight about it. I was just telling him, G, you know what you've done, right? Do you realize the implications? Do you realize what you have fucking done to me, G? And he in his defense, I don't think he knew what was going on, even though I pretty much blatantly told him to his face, like, please, you know, this is what's going on. But he was pretty fucked up, so I'll give him that. And yeah, ever since then, I've just been tossing and turning in my sleep. Sometimes I'll have nightmares where I will be in the same situation again, except my entire apartment will go up in flames, and that's preferable to what actually happened. I would have rather my apartment just get fucking taken out by Hurricane Hermione at that point in time than have to have this memory. This very sour memory. But yeah, that's the back-to-back nights of unfortunate circumstances I had no control over. The double whammy, the double fisting, the double penetration, the double dare, the double disappointment. Yeah, and that's about it. So yeah. Last night I went over a story on stream that I've been thinking about ever since. It's actually a pretty genius plan that unfortunately didn't pan out. A man in Colorado was pulled over on suspected intoxicated driving, and in order to escape the DUI, he hatched a pretty big brain scheme. He switched places with his dog, who was in the passenger seat. So he put his dog in the driver's seat and he scurried over to the passenger seat and tried to pretend that the dog was the one driving, not him. And I thought to myself, that could work. If only he was better at, like, creative writing in high school or something, like, if he was able to pass the charisma check here, he might have been able to squeak this one out, you know? Officer pulls up to the window and then maybe the guy makes a scene. He's like, oh, thank heavens, officer. You're an angel sent from above. This dog's granny shifting, not double clutching like he should. Lucky he didn't blow the welds off the intake. I'm glad you came over when you did, officer. Help me. I've been kidnapped by the corgi. Please put an end to his reign of terror. Lock him away and get me out of here. There's just a line where a plan becomes so stupid that it's actually brilliant. And that's what I think is on full display with this case. The only problem is they haven't released the footage from the situation. The guy apparently even took off on foot when all else failed. So I would have really liked to have seen this whole thing play out. Would have been a beautiful Looney Tunes moment, but they haven't released the video yet. So right now all we have is the story, which I'll show you the stream clips going over it. But I just really appreciate some creative plans like this. I have no respect for drunk drivers at all, so I hope this guy gets locked up and punished accordingly. But god damn it, I gotta be honest, I admire his dedication to a wacky idea. You know, by the Colorado man who swapped seats with his dog when he got pulled over for the DUI. I meant to look that up. It was in Colorado? Let's see. Did it work? Keep in mind, they called Isaac Newton crazy when he pitched gravity, so let's not be too quick to judge. Colorado driver tried to avoid DUI by switching seats with dog. Speeding driver who was pulled over in Colorado tried to switch seats with his dog in the passenger seat to evade arrest. Like, that's just a big brain scheme. Man was initially stopped for speeding at 52 miles per hour in a 30 mile per hour zone. He was intoxicated. Driver attempted to switch places with his dog as the SPD officer approached and watched the entire process. Is there body cam footage? I'd love to see it. Was it a smooth process? Did he almost get away with it except for these meddling kids? The man also claimed he was not driving in the vehicle and attempted to run away from police when he was asked about his alcohol consumption. He did not make it far. Police said the man, who's not been named, was arrested within 20 yards of the car and charged with driving under the influence, resisting arrest, and speeding. Well, what about the dog? Was the dog not slapped in handcuffs? He could have been the puppet master the whole time. Oh, here we go. As for his dogs, whom police did not name either, the animal was given to the driver's acquaintance to take care of while his owner serves his time in jail. The dog does not face any charges and was let go with a warning. They didn't even bother investigating. Hey, I wouldn't be so quick to write this off as impossible. I've seen dogs driving cars. And with the way people drive in Florida, I wouldn't be surprised if there are more dogs behind the wheel of vehicles than we give credit for. Yeah, like, just take a peek at this. It happens. They're learning. They're evolving. God, that's so cute. Holy shit. I really wish there was footage of this. I would love to see how this played out. Because an officer saw everything, which means his body cam must have picked it up, but that footage hasn't seen the light of day yet. Maybe the dog's lawyers are trying to suppress it. Get the fuck out of my face. Florida man arrested for throwing lunch meat at a cop. Okay.
Yes, and it's not your fault. I was arrested about 8 months ago.
What an aggressive shirt. Just a cat that says die. Man was really on a Redbubble binge. That is an interesting fashion statement. I wonder what the rest of his wardrobe looks like.
About 8 months ago.
Okay, back up for me a little bit, please.
Okay. I was arrested 8 months ago, and I spent 18 months in prison, which was not fun. I'm so glad to be out. But anyways.
Was this the same? Like, you got arrested 8 months ago and then spent 18 months in jail? Did they lock you in the hyperbolic time chamber? What happened? What kind of fucking time dilation happened there? Man got arrested on the outskirts of a black hole? Interesting. This is already a fascinating plot.
I'm suing the Volusia County Sheriff. I'm suing. This is all with my lawyer. It's currently underway.
What's your question?
The lawyer's coming? Why?
If I sue the Port Orange Police Department and they give me $250,000,
that's a good payday.
Free, right?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'll have to talk to my accountant about that.
Okay. I'm here because
is she on her way?
An employee in the smoke shop right here behind me says that you've been coming in and out and bothering her and the customers.
No. When she set my stuff outside then.
What stuff?
I have $2,000 worth of merchandise that she's holding.
No,
what?
She said that she rung
Go
my
ask
stuff
her.
up for you and you never
right
bought
now.
it. Okay.
Go ask her, you
Why?
mother.
Wait.
Okay.
Come over here and I'll kick your father.
What the
Come on, mother.
Oh! Wow, I paused at a very deadly frame there. Luckily I stopped when I did, otherwise we wouldn't have even known he threw a kick, it was so fast. We'd just see its after image. How did that escalate so drastically? What happened? Good lord, though. Did he hit a whippet and I wasn't looking? Yeah, he's definitely on some shit. I have $2,000 worth of merchandise, go ask her. Okay. You motherfucker! Put him up! It's time we get pugilistic.
Okay.
You think I can't do it? I know.
Don't want to do
black
this.
belt in karate.
Okay.
A black belt in judo.
You understand
You're
you're trespassing?
Okay, you don't want to mess with this guy.
I'll take your gun and walkie-talkie.
Okay.
And I'll drive off in your patrol car.
Why would you do
You
that?
understand you're trespassing from the store, correct?
Yes, I understand you, mother.
Okay.
Now get that out of my face.
I'm 12 feet away from you, not in your face at all.
No, the deli meat!
Okay.
He's sniping him with the cold cuts. Oh, Jesus Christ. You went too far when you brought out the hickory smoked turkey. He's also a black belt in handcuff escape magic. And arrest the sandwich as well.
Well, this is another suit. I'm suing you for $1 million.
Well, okay.
Wait on my
He might have a case on his hands here. I don't think the lunch meat hit him.
I'll be out in
He
30
dodged
minutes.
it.
Okay.
Man, I don't know what possesses a man to waste deli meat like that, but god damn it. Fallen soldier. This guy's team of lawyers is going to have a field day with this officer. True, one of them's on the way here, apparently. He's clearly a junkie. Well, I mean, we don't have a whole lot to go on, but he's definitely on something here for this video. No shot. I don't think he's sober. I mean, he does have a little quirk to him. He's got that pep in his step. He immediately was ready to throw down. Woman discovers she's living next to drink driver who mowed her down. So she got hit by a drunk driver and he moved in next to her? God damn. He's coming to finish the job.
Well, we're no...
Do you have anything to say to Lorraine at all?
Oh, is that the drink driver?
Here in the leafy suburb of Belrose.
Wouldn't it be
in
wild
Sydney's
if the same
north,
drunk driver
a
hops the curb and
Mercedes-Benz
takes
was
out
travelling
Danielle
down
here?
this road and failed to make a right-hand turn, smashing straight into Lorraine.
Whoa,
throwing her
Jesus.
10 meters
She teleported.
into this brick.
They're neighbours.
So you not only share
He'll
a
go
back
beat her
fence, but
ass.
The back of her house is literally 2 meters to the back of her house.
Beat her ass then.
She pops her head
It's
over the fence
convenient.
as well.
You don't even have to go
Yeah,
far.
She quite often stares.
Lorraine and
As they
husband
just stare
Nick
back
say
at her.
they feel
She was on bail conditions, so it's really
Yeah,
hard
Australia
to
kind of
get
sucks with like law
and,
enforcement,
I
it sounds
mean,
like.
It's really hard.
Was overturned. Instead, she was given an intensive correction order, meaning she could serve her prison term at home. She was banned from driving for 10 months.
Really?
Would you like to apologize to
Wow.
her? All? I have.
Justice.
It's a daily reminder,
Hey,
isn't it?
we don't feel like sending you to jail. Can you just, like, go home? Okay, cool, thanks. Yeah, just stay there for a little while, I don't
there's
care.
no way to
Jesus, law enforcement in Australia must be a real piece of shit.
to give it
Have been prosecuted.
Well, send your husband over there and just give her
home is
the
my
hands.
What
Make
if she's
her
driving?
move.
What if she's behind me?
What the fuck?
Peter Fraser is
There's
a road
clearly no
safety
law
advocate
enforcement in
who set
Australia
up
anyway,
Seal
just go
Crew,
full
a
vigilante.
legacy of his
No one wants to be a victim of road trauma, and we really need
Agreed.
to start to focus on their needs.
University of New South Wales Emeritus
What
Professor
did that
Alan
statement
Williams,
have to do with
researcher
anything?
in road safety.
Yeah, no one wants to get hit by a car. Maybe we should start trying to help them a little bit. Oh, thanks, expert. Yeah, makes sense. Fair.
There's something wrong.
Yeah,
Clearly something
so
wrong
take
with
the
someone
law
who
into
did
your
this.
own hands.
Gotta get back.
That's clearly what the
This
court is
the
telling you
first
to
time
do.
Lorraine has
Well, once again, there's no justice in Australia, it seems. Dirty dumpers caught in alleged rubbish removal scam. It's not often you hear the term dirty dumpers tossed around so casually. That must be a pretty high crime. Ooh!
An ugly scar,
Looks like a plane crash.
a stinking rubbish tip.
It's like a plane crashed and then he I like Chad Johan, he's
Watch as
cool.
they manhandle the fridge
Kelly
out the
Payne
door
sucks. He hasn't
and
done
wheel
anything
it
cool.
down the
It's a simple solution. If you know it's an illegal dump site and you don't want it dumped there, just post somebody there. Is there even a such thing as a prison in Australia?
If Johan and Kelly Payne lose, they could be arrested.
Ah, so it only takes what was it? Like 15,000 cases of illegal dumping and then they still have like 3 more chances? We're gonna ask them not to, but if they do, we're gonna say don't do it, and if you do, you might be arrested. That ought to stop them. The only thing Garfield hates more than Mondays is drunk drivers. And so do I. I think drinking and driving is the stupidest decision a human being can make. You endanger not only yourself, but every innocent person around you. It is just a completely inexcusable, unforgivable act. There's no justifying drinking and driving, especially in the current day and age where you have unlimited access to ride sharing. There just isn't an argument you can make to even remotely justify the act of drinking and driving. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because yesterday a very big Smash Bros. Melee player named Bobby Big Balls got banned. And saying it like that actually just made it sound like a Dr. Seuss book. Bobby Big Balls gets banned. No, I do not eat green eggs and ham. Like, that kind of goes hard. But he got banned because he streamed himself drinking while driving.
Couldn't be me, man. Hey, you know, my car's pretty old, but I ain't got no dents in this bitch. Yeah, you know the fucking vibe.
Munahar just made a video covering this yesterday, and he actually blurred out this part where he drinks from the wine. saying that it can actually get you a community guideline strike because it's showcasing the crime itself. So I'm just going to play it safe and cut out the part where he actually drinks from it, but I'll show you when he finishes drinking from it, and then we'll talk about it.
I'm feeling like Michael Jackson, man. I'm feeling like the king of pop right now.
More like the king of poop, because this is some wild shit. Actually, the worst, dumbest joke I've ever made in my entire fucking life. But it popped into my noodle. I figured might as well let it rip with no shame. Bobby Big Balls drove himself to a 7-Eleven on stream. He got some wine, and he was feeling himself. The king of pop was in a flow state, so he ripped open that bottle of wine and took a big swig before continuing on his journey home. And it was not a long journey ahead of him. He was only like 3 or 6 minutes away from his house. So he flushed his entire career down the shitter because he couldn't wait just 6 minutes to drink. It's just bafflingly stupid. Now, this was a situation that had a lot of meat on its bones here, so there's a lot to really pick apart and digest. So before I do that, I want to just go ahead and quickly mention just one more time that tomorrow, September 8th, begins my first ever live event. It's a big party. We're going to be doing Q&A, meet and greet. We're also filming a music video with the audience and also doing a 1v1 Rocket League tournament with the audience, as well as a basketball trick-shotting championship where you'd win prizes as well as winning prizes in the Rocket League tournament. And most importantly, we're going to be watching and cheering for our esports Apex squad as they compete for the World Championship. So the doors open at 8 a.m. on Friday, Saturday, and then 11 a.m. on Sunday. But you don't have to get there at 8 a.m. A lot of people are asking that. You can kind of show up anytime within like 5 or 6 hours because that's about how long we'll be going each day. So you can show up anytime between like 8 and noon on whatever days you want to come. So there are still some tickets available, not many. Just really would love to see it fully filled, and it should be a lot of fun. It's at the Straz Center, so I'm going to go ahead and put a link in the description of this video if you want to get tickets. Now, he did post a few tweets that I'd like to go over, but before doing that, this became somewhat of a controversial topic where people were saying, like, it's only one sip, it's not like it got him hammered and he was already so close to home, what's the big deal? So what? And to that, I have to say, actual simpleton smooth brain take, so I'm going to go ahead and dumb this down so that way the glue snorting homunculi can understand. It doesn't matter if he was fucking plastered from a single sip. There is no excuse for drinking while operating a vehicle. Driving is the most dangerous activity that people engage in. Full stop. There is no reason to make it even more dangerous by adding alcohol into the mix. It endangers not only the person drinking, but every innocent person on the road around them. It is the most reckless decision you can ever make. And to top it all off in this case, all he had to do was wait 3 minutes so he could get home and then start just pounding his wine. There is no argument you can make for this not being a deserved ban. There were some alarming brain-dead locusts that kept offering the worst pseudo-intellectual takes on this situation, like, well, what's next? Are you going to start arresting people when they leave church after taking a sip from the wine? Huh? During Mass? What happened to freedom? That old thing America was built on? You can't just take a swig of wine while driving anymore? This is ridiculous. Just classic internet cancel culture. It's literally 1984. Can't drink and drive anymore. This country's in the tubes now. Despicable. It's just, it's so painful reading that shit. Even something as cut and dry bad as drinking and driving is now leading to debate bros trying to get into the nitty-gritty on why actually you're wrong for thinking that this is a bad thing, and here's why, with the worst takes and comparisons imaginable. Before he got banished to the Shadow Realm on Twitch, Bobby Big Balls did make a tweet in response to this starting to catch some steam and blow up a bit. He said, surely one singular sip of my 12% wine on my 3-minute drive home from 7-Eleven doesn't classify as drunk driving. As a streamer, I'm wrong and will take responsibility for my actions, and if the community wants to ban me, I will humbly oblige. I am not a role model. Please don't accept my internet personality as such. I stream to make people smile through entertainment. I am not meant to be a beacon of morals and values. I am just me. Drinking is a way I cope with life. You're welcome to judge me. This is just my truth, not an excuse. Thank you, anyone who still supports me. This all just feels like minimizing the severity of what he broadcast. Because he wasn't drunk, he doesn't view it as that big of an issue. Yeah, it technically broke a law, the open container law, but he just says that he's, you know, wrong and will accept whatever comes his way. But that he's not a role model and not like the moral beacon of values. He's not, you know, pinky out, super gentleman or anything. Thus, it's okay. Is kind of the vibe that most people got from these tweets here. It's super weird here, the way that he like frames this whole thing. Surely one sip from my 12% wine can't classify as drunk driving. But I'm not making excuses, even though he's like immediately downplaying it. And then he goes in to say that drinking is a way that he copes with life. Which of course is awful. Alcoholism is a horrible thing, so if he's using alcohol to cope with things in his life, that is just terrible, and hopefully he gets help. But it's completely irrelevant to everything that happened here. I don't know why he'd even mention it, because it's not even in the same ballpark with what just unfolded. It's not like he needed to be drinking while operating a vehicle. He was 3 minutes from home. So even if he's using alcohol to cope with his life, it's not like that has to be done at the most inappropriate times and most dangerous times imaginable, behind the wheel of a fucking death machine. It's just, I don't know why he slid this in here. It really feels like he's just kind of shrugging his shoulders like, it is what it is. So what? Like, that's just the entire tone of the tweets. He also did make another one more recently today after the ban and said that there were a lot of people experiencing joy at his downfall and the, you know, ruining of his career. But I just really don't think that's the case. Like, this is purely the consequences of a really bad decision he made. I don't see a lot of people celebrating, like, happy to see him go. It's more so like, yeah, that sounds about right for doing something so stupid and so dangerous on stream. Like, it is sad to see that one awful decision did ruin his career, but it's one decision that I have legitimately no respect for. This isn't just like some whoops-a-daisy mistake that, you know, everybody makes. This is the most preventable accident. The easiest whoops-a-daisy to ever avoid. Just don't drink and drive. It's hard to have empathy in a situation like this when drunk drivers kill so many people every single year. And drinking and driving is such a real, huge problem. So, like, it is sad because I do know of this player. I do know of their career. And to see it end like this is really upsetting. But it's not like it's undeserved. I don't know if it's like a permanent ban forever. It might not be. It might only be like a week or something. Like, there's no telling right now. It's indefinite. But this is a crime he committed. And a very serious one at that, and one that I have been very vocal about for many years, about my absolute disdain for drinking and driving, drunk drivers, operating a vehicle while distracted. That also includes texting and driving, by the way. Anything that keeps your attention off of the road and puts you and everyone else on the road at risk is something I think is ridiculously stupid and fucked up. So yeah, anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. There's few things on this planet that make me more mad than drunk drivers. I've said that a lot in the past, so that shouldn't come as some kind of shocking revelation, but what is shocking is the clip that I saw today from two degenerate kick streamers who proudly broadcast themselves drinking and driving while speeding on the interstate and acting like they're playing Need for Speed Underground 2. Literally putting every innocent person's life at risk on that road. Their content was commit a crime and see if you get to witness them die in the act and go straight to hell. And also most likely take others to the grave with them. It is so fucking incomprehensibly evil. Goofy sex offender Stash here takes a huge swig from the Smirnoff while driving recklessly. So, Inbred Speed Racer is broadcasting all this on Kick, which is very successful for this type of content because the audience loves to see people gamble with their lives. I have no doubt his viewers were on the edge of their seat, biting at their nails, wondering, are they about to witness two stupid assholes get themselves killed, and you can see in the chat that they are celebrating. They are pumping their fists. This is the best content ever, because they might get to watch these dumb fucking douchebags die. Yeehaw. What a fucking disgusting situation. Now, I suppose there is a chance that the Smirnoff has been replaced with water. Doesn't change the reckless driving. That's not smoke and mirrors or CGI or anything. They're not exactly on the set where The Mandalorian was filmed or anything. So that's still 100% authentic. But I guess it is possible that they're not drinking and driving. But I find that very unlikely. But let's just go ahead and suspend disbelief. Let's assume they're faking drunk driving. They're so pathetic. What an absolute vermin. So desperate for clout from Kick, of all places. That's like being the class president of the loony bin, that you'll pretend to be committing a crime for their entertainment. They are there to just watch you ruin your life, and you're proudly dancing for them, you absolute clowns. But the worst part about this is they're not just ruining their lives, they could have potentially ended the lives of completely innocent people around them. That is just evil, no matter how you spin this. 100% I think this is real. I don't think they replaced the Smirnoff with water. I am confident that these degenerates were actually drinking and driving while doing this. Just throws the bottle of Smirnoff out the window there for some reason. It's like a child with a sugar rush. Just has so much energy, so much adrenaline going on right now that he needs to break something, so he fucking throws the bottle of Smirnoff out the window. What losers? What absolute losers? They really think that this is hard. They think that this is cool somehow. The guy driving isn't doing anything impressive. He's driving on an interstate changing lanes. It's just dangerous. It's not impressive. Anyone can do that if they have a disregard for their lives and the safety of everyone around them as well. It's not like a very incredible maneuver that we're witnessing, a fucking master of his craft. You know, this isn't something you'd see in Fast and Furious and just be like, wide-eyed and blown away by the talent, and then his stupid fucking friend here feeding him alcohol while he himself is also drinking, and then throwing it out the window like it's a grenade. Like, this is the lamest shit ever, and they really are so proud of it. Risking your life for 125 viewers and 6 chatters. Nice. Imagine just throwing everything away, committing crimes for 125 viewers that are all there just to see if you're gonna die or not. What a miserable existence that must be. They need to be thrown in jail. 100%. Lock them the fuck up. I think the evidence here is irrefutable. We've got them documenting their own crimes in well, it's definitely not 4K. Documenting their own crimes in crisp 480p kick stream here. It should be a slam dunk case for whoever wants to pursue that. For their safety and the safety of everyone around them, they need to be in jail. 100%. Because they'll probably keep doing this. I imagine this won't be their last drunk driving stream. This is probably just the beginning. They'll probably try and make this their whole brand right now, because I have no doubt they view it as a very successful stream. I think the only thing we can pray for here is that when they inevitably do crash, they don't hurt anyone else around them. Or hopefully they get arrested before that happens. Who knows? But anyway, wanted to talk about this a little bit because it had me fuming. It had my blood boiling. I have absolutely no tolerance for drunk drivers whatsoever. There's no excuse for it, and the fact that you're so proud of it to be streaming the entire thing is crazy to me and just foul. It's fucked up. That's about it. See ya. A couple nights ago, I got pretty fucking shit-faced. Absolutely annihilated, actually, and I had myself a little bit of a drunk Twitch stream around 2 or 3 a.m. as I've been known to do when I get inebriated. And to dive a little bit deeper into that stream lore, what many of you probably don't know about that stream is after I ended it, I filmed a mukbang video right before bed. Completely fucking forgot I did that, but I looked in my Dropbox yesterday and I saw it there as kind of like a nice little surprise early Christmas present from my drunk self, so I figured I'd share that with you today. And I'm sure some of you have already seen some clips from the drunk Twitch stream I did floating around on like Twitch subreddits and highlights and shit like this one right here. Let me show you a little something here. Like, let's say a cop came up to me and he's like, "Hey son, you been sniffing that alcohol?" I'd be like, "No sir." And he'd say, "Prove it." I'd say, "Alright, what's the test?" And he'd say, "Alright, hop in this Fortnite match and then pop this baby boy in the mouth with the fucking shotgun. Let me show you what I do to him." Maybe I'm a little drunk, I'm sorry officer. But now let's show you behind the scenes what happened when the webcam turned off and the stream ended. How's it going, elite gamers and mukbang enthusiasts? It's me, the Carb Crusader, the Calorie Cavalier, the Meat Machine, meat in between his legs, the fast food ass dude, me. I'm here with another mukbanger, so let's just get right into it, Muck Squad. If I was Superman, I'd say, fuck Zod. Jesus. So on today's menu, it's Pedialyte. Cause I don't want a hangover. Cheers. I bet you're wondering what that tasted like. Tasted like I avoided a hangover. Thanks for tuning into this hardcore mukbang. See ya. Well, hello there. So, where to begin? Many of you know that I stopped drinking about 4 years ago, but many of you don't know that I stopping drinking 2 weeks ago. It was a buddy's birthday, it was Chase's birthday, a special boy, and in order to celebrate, we went out and I had a couple of drinks. Nothing crazy, but it was the first time that I broke my sobriety since starting it. And it was fun, like visiting an old friend that you used to be pretty close with, but you know you shouldn't be friends with that person. It was nice. And I figured, you know what, you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. I'll drink occasionally, lightly. Nothing too crazy, no need to let the demons out, but those devils reared their ugly head 2 days ago. So, we went on a little road trip. I won't spoil the surprise on what it was for, because there's a whole video for that. And after the event we went to, I decided to have a couple of drinks. And then a couple of drinks turned into a couple thousand of drinks. And then before you know it, my whole universe came crumbling down around me. You know that cliche in every horror movie when someone gets possessed and then, like, their spirit comes back and they say, like, "I've been suffering in hell for an eternity, but it's only been, like, 2 minutes on Earth." That was me with this drunken state that I found myself in, this drunken stupor. Time moved so fucking slowly. Everything, it was like a black hole absorbing time. The alcohol in my system kept taking in time and not letting it pass. So I just stayed in agonizing misery for at least 12 hours. And it was a road trip, so we were going back, and I needed to be in a car for 8 hours in this state.
Okay, so it's, what's today, Sunday?
Yep.
At 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Today we were supposed to be driving to North Carolina, and Charlie decided it was time for him to go hard last night.
I went absolutely off my rock. I went off my gourd. It was disgusting.
Just to be clear, we were supposed to leave, what, 5 hours ago? 4 hours ago?
It has been 12 hours, and I am still fucking wasted. Like, I feel like I am still at a club right now.
Well, we can turn up the music.
Yeah, we got the All-American Rejects playing for that DMCA strike. It's sounding good. And I feel like $1 million bucks.
Well, the good news is this car's actually really nice and drives smoothly, so we should be good.
Yeah, we're gonna hit one bump and I'm gonna puke everywhere.
Yak bag up there.
Yeah, I got my yak bag. I've got, yep.
Yeah, the gang's all here. We're having fun.
It didn't even require a single bump. In fact, almost 50 seconds after this video ended, I sat up and puked all over the rental car. because, surprise, surprise, the bag that we had designated as my yak sack had a hole in it. So what ended up happening is I puked in it, and it just went right onto my lap, blasting out the bottom of it. So I must have actually pressure washed it with bile. It was awful. So the reason I'm even sharing all of this is because this is a promise to myself going forward to not drink like this again. I think I'll still occasionally have like 1 or 2 for celebration events or whatever, but just never more than that. This is, I limit tested here for the first time since college, and I didn't like the results. Like, I'm not going to be doing this again. And let this be a lesson to all of you out there to drink responsibly in moderation. I swear to God, I have never been so sick in my life. I got alcohol poisoning one time in college, and I didn't feel as bad then as I did during this. I think it was a combination of all of the drinking and also the road trip, like compounding. It was brutal, legitimately brutal. So I ended up puking close to 30, maybe 40 times. I'm not really sure. It's hard to keep track, you know. Can you count all the grains of sand on the beach? It just wouldn't stop. I couldn't eat. I couldn't drink without puking. I was so dehydrated, I have no doubt I looked like SpongeBob when he needed water. It was so awful. So I came out of retirement from sobriety, and I'm ready to go right back into it. You know, the star that burns brightest burns out fastest, and that's exactly what happened here. Plenty of drinking in that night for their whole lifetime. So let me go ahead and play you like an aftermath clip because we recorded this morning where I was feeling a little bit better. Hey, good morning. So I'm feeling better. I left my calling card in the hotel room. I puked all over it again. But this time, since I had the fruit punch electrolyte, it looks like just a fucking ton of blood. So it looks like a murder scene. And I'm feeling good now.
I think we should give a little update on how the drive went yesterday.
Pretty smooth. I think I maintained composure pretty well for the most part. You guys probably didn't even know how bad I was.
No tears were shed. Yeah. Not yours, not mine.
Yeah. So I don't think I stopped being drunk until we got here at like 9 p.m. and I took a shower. But yeah, I remember crying a lot in the car.
He was in some pain. I like the idea that every 4 years we do 1 week of drinking, and that's it. And it's like the Olympics. And then we never drink again for the next 4 years.
More like every 4 days. I'm ready to go again. Experts estimate that I drank like 15 mixed drinks 2 nights ago.
If Chelsea's the expert, I heard the number higher.
Yeah, so not bad. I can do better. Since it was a blackout or back out kind of night, I don't remember a lot. So we went to some guy's house at some point. I remember meeting him. He was very nice.
Yeah, super nice guy.
And when I saw he posted on Twitter, I was like a super sleuth investigator, like trying to piece together breadcrumbs of what happened last night. So it became like this whodunit. So I started messaging him like, did I fall? He's like, yeah. I was like, I knew it.
Closed.
I knew it. And also, which one of you cowards peed in my pants last night?
Oh, I'm laughing so much because I'm so much more excited for today's drive than yesterday's drive.
Oh yeah, I'm back in my puke throne. I remember I puked all over myself in here. Not on purpose though, it's because the bag had a hole in it.
The other times were on purpose.
Yeah, that one.
It was a good first 2 hours because you passed out. I was like, this is actually going smooth, 6.5 hours, we're crushing it. And then the next middle 4 were like hell on earth.
Yeah.
We had to keep persuading you not to go to a hospital in the middle of nowhere, West Virginia.
That's where the experts are, though. They had an anti-drunk potion they were ready to give me. You deprived me of it.
Yeah, it's called moonshine.
Yeah. So weird. My doctor only is wearing overalls. Yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was a bonding experience.
No, I think it brought us all much closer.
Yep.
So that's definitely the lowest I've ever been around human beings. At least you get that. At least when you had your alcohol meltdown, you were in the comfort of your own house.
That's true. I was in my bathtub, curled up in a ball. I honestly do not envy you having to do that in a car ride for 6.5 hours. That sounds miserable. But yeah, at one point, Charlie embraced me in the nicest hug he's ever given me and cried into my chest. And at that moment, we became brothers.
I was crying because I was just having so much fun.
Like, Matt, thank you.
It's like, can we drive farther, please?
Why are we stopping?
Yeah, so that pretty much closes the book on that whole adventure. I am pretty sure I fell, though no one seems to know when or if I hit my head. But, like, the side of my head, like the back side of my head, was hurting a lot. Still does hurt now. But there's, like, no noticeable bump or anything. So it's also maybe because I had my hair up in a bun, which I never fucking do. And I had it up there the entire time I was drunk. So, like, fucking 24 hours, basically. So there is a good chance that it was just yanking on my hair for a while, and now it's just kind of irritated. Hopefully that's all it is. Also, if the hotel staff is watching, I am so sorry. I feel awful for it. I tried to clean up the puke, but it was just not coming up easily. It really did look like something out of like CSI Miami crime scene or something. I did try though, and I am very sorry about that. But yeah, just I wanted to share this story because maybe this can be a good lesson to not drink like I did, and also this is a very public promise that I won't drink like that ever fucking again. It was so bad. That's really about it. So yeah.